We called the Pepe Coin pump against the rest of the crypto market. So that was a dangerous game in itself. But now there's an indicator, a higher time frame indicator that's telling me it's time to sell. And this call wasn't just a whim. It wasn't just a break of trend. There was more confirmation. There was more confluence. There was things that were telling us that were on our side. And I'm going to show you the patterns for the reason that I took the trade. And then I'm going to show you the patterns why I'm coming out of the trade. So we put in a new all-time high on Pepe. We'll go through the psychology of this. We put in a new all-time high on Pepe. We've come down, and then the bears have regained some form of momentum. How far will they pull back? We know that once we get a reaction at our 618, that's showing us that there's strength on the bull side. So did anything happen at this 618 retracement? This is the 618 Fibonacci retracement from its previous high, 61.8%. Yes, we had a strong buy-up candle here. This is strong. And not only did we have a strong buy-up candle, you're trading for around about a week at the 618 with the 618 holding as support. That's strong. So the next thing that we were waiting for was that higher low. Why did we want a higher low, guys? Because of this pattern here, the inverse head and shoulders. And once an inverse head and shoulders plays out, you've got a high probability that the bottom is in the short term. So we'll show you the psychology behind the head and shoulders, or the inverse head and shoulders. Is you've put in a lower high, you've come back in, you've put in a lower low, bears are in control. Lower high, lower low, bears are in control. You've come back up, you've tested the neckline, that's showing strength for the bulls. We've slightly created a new higher high, and then we've come back down and we've definitely created a new higher low. Once we break the neckline, we can measure projections from the tip of the neckline to the head. Let's do that now. To look for projections to the upside once you break the neckline. You can see that we're pretty much there at the moment. We've got a little bit to go if that does actually play out. So why am I taking profits now on Pepe Coin? I'm going to show you, because the higher the time frame, the more these patterns play out. This is the daily chart, and we're going to zoom out now. Get rid of this head and shoulders. We're going to zoom out now, and I'm going to show you the 3-day chart and the 1-week chart. So if we look at the 3-day chart, and what I want to show you, let's get that back on, is whilst we're creating a new higher high on price, we're creating a lower high on the RSI. This is a higher time frame macro bearish divergence. So this is why I'm selling my Pepe coin. Doesn't mean that it's not going to go a little bit higher in the short term. Remember, this is higher time frame. This is 3 days. Doesn't matter that we can get a nice little leg up, a short little leg up, but it's showing me that there's less chance of that happening. So psychology behind a divergence, you've got your RSI, which is measuring buying and selling momentum. You've got the price action here. So as price action is putting a new higher high, you can see RSI is putting a lower high. We can zoom out onto the higher time frame, and you can see exactly the same thing. Lower high. You're putting a lower high in on the weekly, putting a higher high on price action, showing that there's exhaustion. That needs to pull back, and then we need to reassess at lower levels. So that's the reason why I'm coming out of my Pepe coin trade. Doesn't mean that it can't go a slightly higher in the short term, but I'm protecting myself. I'm looking at this divergence and I'm respecting it. So if you did find it useful, guys, I've got a playlist full of Pepe. Go and check that out, and I'll see you in the next one.